Hello, today I'm going to be walking you through how to create a layered map in the Tableau program. I've already connected to my data sources. Today we're going to be using our Q12 data and employee data. So I've already created a new sheet, but we're going to add a map for our visualization today. So I'm going to double click on latitude and double click on longitude, and that will pull up the map in our workspace. I'm also going to zoom in on the United States because that's where our data is coming from. You can do this using your mouse pad or using the key up in the top of the visualization. After you've centered it around the United States, we're going to click Map and Background Layers. The reason we're doing this is to get rid of some of the distractions in the background of this map so we can understand the data a little bit better. So I'm going to click unselect everything except for the base. Then after this, we can exit the background layers. And I'm going to drag over state from our employee data to label. And then I'm going to click down on this drop-down menu and click map. After this, we're going to filter our departments. And this is because this visualization we'll be looking at is going to help us look at the onboarding scores and employee satisfaction scores from production facilities in the United States. So I'm going to click production. It'll only show us the data from this department and click OK. For this visual, we're going to need to create a calculated field. I've already done so, but to do so, you'll click down on this arrow on the left side of the screen, click calculated field, and a text box should pop up. Like I said, I already created a calculated field, but I'll go ahead and show you what I inputted into that. So I'm going to click down, click edit, and as you can see, I took the average of the Q1 and Q2 data by adding them together and dividing by 2. Now we're going to take that calculated field. I'm going to drag that over to color under marks. We're going to need to change the measure from sum to average. So I clicked on that drop-down menu, hovering over measure, and then clicking on average. Now, so we can understand our data a little bit better, we're going to change the color palette by hovering over color, click on edit colors. And we're going to change the color palette from automatic to sunrise, sunset, diverging. This gives us a broader color palette to see and understand our data with. To create a layered map, we're going to need to duplicate our latitude. We're going to drag a secondary latitude pill up to the rows. And this will mirror or duplicate the map on the bottom of the screen. So after this, we are going to want to look at the employee satisfaction, and that's what we'll be layering onto our first map. Click on the second latitude generated under marks, and you can go ahead and delete the average onboarding. It will keep it in the top visualization, but not in the bottom, which is what we want. In the bottom map, we want to look at the employee satisfaction rates or scores. So the first thing we're going to do is bring employee satisfaction over to label. And again, we need to change that from sum to an average measure. Now we also want to know how many employees are in each state. So we're going to bring employee name over to label in our marks. And we're going to change that to a count distinct measure. So above is the onboarding or the satisfaction score, and below is the amount of employees in each state. Now that we have the two maps, we can go ahead and layer them. So you're going to click on the drop down on the latitude, click Format. Actually, you're going to drop down the latitude and click Dual Axis, and that will layer the information from both maps. But as you can see, it gets very crowded and cluttered. So before we do that, we're going to need to clean up our visualization a little bit. So from here, you're going to want to remove state from label and move it to detail on that second map. The next thing we're going to want to do so we can layer is reduce the opacity and the color of the bottom map. After we've done that, we can go ahead and click the drop-down menu again, click Dual Axis, and it will layer both of our maps. If we hover over it, we can see the state is Minnesota, the average employee satisfaction was a 3.217, and the distinct count of employees was 23. And you can see that on the visualization, even when you don't hover over that, but it gives a clearer idea of the information we are looking at today. So thank you so much for watching this visualization tutorial. I hope you have a very nice day. Thank you.